the reason why I play this music for 陈建年海洋 is there no one hear about this music before? Yeah, this is very old songs. And actually, this song inspired me for whole tour. Because when I hear this music, I feel my powers back. Okay, when I was tired. Okay, so I will play this music for whole presentation, but I'll turn a little bit down here. So this happened in the year of 2012 when I just finished my university grade. Okay, and at that time I was already a graduate student. Okay, and I for some reasons that inspired me to do these things, to implement this dream. So the picture you can see here, I will take a brief introduction. The picture here is the North Sea coastline. Okay, so here the first picture is in the south of Taiwan, the Olympic, and the second one is on the Gaoping Ridge, and the third one is also in the Hengchun, and this one is in the road to Hengchun. Okay, so next, where this idea comes from? Okay, so when I was going to be a graduate student, and one day I was taking a shower, then I found that the life is really so fixed. Just like you have been studying for kindergarten, okay, 3 years, and elementary school for 6 years. That would be almost 10. Okay, so that would be 9 years, and junior high for 3, and senior high for 3, university for 4. You can always stay in the school, and everything is controlled by not your parents, but your teachers, and you just follow the students. You follow your friends and to do the other things. And then think about that. So, am I going to do this to study for the graduate school? And what can I do? I want to do something different. I want to let myself in control. Can have a schedule to scheduling my activities. So, one idea comes up my mind when I take a shower, and so because I have heard that many people have traveling around Taiwan. To be honest, many people they try to travel around Taiwan by no matter cycling, by bike, by car, by motorcycle. But I don't have a bike. I just only have my foot. Okay, so I decided to walk around Taiwan, and after I want to thank to my parents because they support me for doing this. Because all the parents will think that don't do that. You will hurt yourself. You will be the thing that you don't know. The way you go is an unknown. It's an unknown way. Yeah. So many people, maybe the parents will not support you. So, but I want to thank my parents because they support me. Yeah, very well. Okay. So at that time, I said I quit almost everything. I quit my graduate school. I quit my swimming coach because I was a swimming coach at that time, and then I'm already to take the case. So the salary at that time is about 1 hour for $520. So that's good pay. That's good pay though. And I also leave the comfort zone. The comfort zone. Because I just have heard somebody share. She wants to come here for learning English because she wants to skip her comfort zone. So skip the zone I just had at that time is my purpose. Okay, one of my purpose. So this is the day I start in 2012 on July 16th. So at the first time, I really don't know whether if I can finish this tour. I don't know whether if I can finish this goal. So I just want to give myself a English. So I write a big board to support 支持青年行长. Okay. and to sign, and because I was thinking that if somebody I met that I want them to sign here to encourage me. Okay. And this is me at that time. Okay. So the way I took is unclockwise from Bali, Danshui, Bali. I took the MRT from, because I was a NTNU student at that time, so I took the MRT to Danshui, and then took the boat to Bali, and then start my journey. Okay, but you know, after this trip, I made a video, and it's totally from the destination in the beginning, because I need to say many people see, many people saw me to work, want to work around Taiwan, then they feel wow, so hot-blooded, so hot-blooded. But I think that maybe I can bring more things, more than the hot-blooded they did on me. So I think maybe I can bring something just like, I want to get them to love the Taiwan as me. Okay, I want them to love the Taiwan as me. So I meant in the beginning, the backboard I write is 支持青年行教, but the backboard I changed after I arrived my home. My hometown is in Chiayi. I took 12 days to walk from Danshui, Bali to Chiayi. I took 12 days, and I changed my backboard. Okay, I changed to the word is Taiwan 好美丽，垃圾不落地. Okay, so next I'm going to share the video here. So this is also the other song I like, and I heard this song during the trip. Okay, so the video I'm going to broadcast is this one. What? How do you change back?
Where's the remote?
The menu?
You want louder?
No, I want to. So, technical problem, sorry.
Signal.
HDMI 3. HDMI 3.
I'm not sure the button.
The menu?
Favorite signal.
Just put the same button. You just put it. HDMI 3.
Yeah. Did. Okay. Okay. So where's okay?
There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's good. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, right now. Because I need to say, because this is the first time I share my tour in front of the public. Okay, so if there's something that's so complicated, so just forgive me for that. So I'm going to broadcast this video. This is the video after I finish the trip I made. And these pictures actually I took during this trip. This is in Henchun. It's also in Henchun. And it's in 木古木语. It's in 东南角, the most east south of Taiwan. 大坡池. The golden waterfall. This is the moon, 月初. So here is the people I met in that year. So I took 101 photos. No matter who is he or she, no matter his or his ages, no matter his Taiwanese or foreigners. I mean that I want them to support this idea that to love Taiwan from yourself. Don't literally anywhere you want. Okay? Maybe you can see who you know in this video. And why the number 101? Because that year is Republic of Taiwan, Republic of China, and 中华民国101年 in the year of 2012. So I choose to take 101 pictures that the people hold the back forward to support this idea. Okay, so this video is kind of long because it's 6 minutes. So I will just move forward. Okay, here. The last one. Because the Virgin software to make this video is not genuine, so it shows the 试用版 on the top. Okay, because I don't have money, I just paid $3,000. So I hope that today I also can bring this idea to you that Taiwan is a really good place. So we need to love our Taiwan by beginning from ourselves. Okay. So thank you. Okay. So in the beginning trip from Danzhui, Bali to Manzhou. Manzhou is does anyone know Manzhou is where's Manzhou? Manzhou is in the east of Taiwan. Mudanjiang Alangi Gudao is near Alangi Gudao. So there I met the other two guys, and they traveling around Taiwan by my thumbs up, my thumbs up. But when they saw me, they said, "Wow, this is really someone that use his food, okay, to travel around Taiwan." Okay, they joined me. We worked together to finish the rest of the trip. Okay, so I was like this. I look like this equipment. Okay, so I just only bring 3,000 NT dollars with me. And there is a small story that because I decided to quit my graduate school, and I talked to my professor. And my professor was very astonished, and he said he took $1,000 from his wallet, and he said, "Anderson, if you cannot go resist, if you cannot walk for the rest trip, took the train back to find me. I will still leave your position." Okay, so I decided to bring $3,000, including his $1,000. Okay, and I didn't bring any credit card, so if I run out of money, I need to think by myself how to live. So I cannot withdraw the money. Okay, so there is a little story over here. This picture I took. There is a 6-bus truck driver, and because as you can see in the first picture, that's only what were my gears? Only a hat and a backpack, and that's nothing. I didn't bring any tent or anything. Okay, so sounds very stupid. So when the truck driver met me, they said, "Wow, what a stupid guy." So they gave me $100 by each of them. So they are my first sponsor. So I got $600, and including the owner of the convenience store. And she's a grandma. She's around like 70 years old, and she said, "Wow, what a great young man." So she gave me $100 also. And that deal, I bought the soup, the convenience 泡面, I'm about to say. Yeah. Instant noodles, and that only cost me $60 with an egg. Instant noodle with an egg, and so I earned about 540 at that time. Okay, and also the map. I bring the map because I don't have a smartphone at that time. But I think when that time there is a smartphone, but I tried to look on the map, not to buy a smartphone and a traditional phone and a hat, of course, tower and a tent. Nothing in the beginning, but mosquito net after they sponsor me, I go to buy a mosquito net. Okay, so you can see here the mosquito net I took is nearly Zhennangong because I tried to live in Zhennangong Xianghe, but they said you did not reserve it, so you are not able to live in. You were not able to live in. So I took the mosquito net aside the road in front of a convenience store, and in the middle of the night, I feel something climb into my pants, and I thought, what is that? So I kick it, and thought that was a cockroach. So cockroach is flying in the mosquito net. So then I open and then it fly out. So it's kind of like so strong experience with the cockroach. Okay, and in the morning there's an old man. She was exercising and he said, "Well, are you a street guy? Do you have money?" And I said, "No, I'm just walking around Taiwan." Okay. And after I arrived in Chiayi, my father he sponsored me with a tent. Okay, with a tent. So I upgrade my gear from a mosquito net to a tent. Okay. So that's the rest of the gear. I have umbrella, journal book. I write a diary every day. Okay, so and then some days I write down how much money I cost. And you might want to know that how come I can what what did I eat and where did I live. So I can just only cost in $3,000. Actually, I had the rest money about like $500. So after the trip, I donate those $500 to I forgot where the place, but I donate the rest of the money to the other place. So what did I eat? The most thing I eat is the mount. Okay, the first picture you see, and with the guandong zhu, but it's not the ingredient inside, but it's the soup. Okay, the mount with the soup, and the mount will be bigger, so that you will feel full. And sometimes I will take some fruit, like an apple, like $10 or $12, and mostly I eat these things. And sometimes you can see I eat some cakes that was given by the strangers, and you can call this is a luxury food I ate during the trip. Okay, and sometimes because the place I live, I live in many places that is this police office station, and so they have their own meal. So I used to eat the food with them. Okay, and you can say it's a luxury food I had during the trip. And so you can see here the rest of the picture here. You can it's not ordinary food. You can say that because some of it is sponsored by the stranger. Okay, so the thing here is a 马粪海胆. Okay, this is the 鳗鱼. Okay, these are the wild animals. So I will tell you where I ate this one. Okay, and this is the friend that I met, and because at that time it's during the typhoon season, so there is no water, there's no electricity. So we went to the side road to have water, but the water is very clean. Okay, and some sponsors sponsored us with some snacks and some food. Okay, and we actually we tried to 摘那个路边的 fruit.
不是野花，不是野花。
Still, actually, it's not good words.
Tomorrow means you need to repent.
You can say I utilize the natural resources. Yeah, like this, or the 龙眼. Okay, like the 龙眼. But remember, after you add too much 龙眼, your pee will be so yellow, and you will get your 火气. So don't add too much. Okay. So where did I live? So as you can see, the first one is the mosquito net. That's the gear I upgrade the first time. Okay, by the sponsor. And sometimes I live in school, and there's one time I live in a 安养院. Okay, and to share the story with those old guys. Okay, because that was invited by a friend I met during the trip, and she said, "Wow, your story was so inspiring. So I want to invite you to come to our 安养院 and to share the story to the old guy." Okay, then I said, okay, then I just go with them to live in the VIP class. Okay, and then live in the tent and live in the church. And you can say this is the most luxury one during my trip, because at that time we went to Henchun to rescue 救灾, because at that time it was a typhoon, so we went there to help the hotel to clean the stuff. So what did I experience? Actually, this is the typhoon list at that time in the 2012. Okay, so there are mostly like 7 typhoons in that year, and I had experienced 5. so it's kind of terrible stuff. And one of typhoon called Tianping. So you can see the typhoon Tianping's route. The Tianping came in from the place I stayed. Okay, so at that time I was in Xuhai. Xuan is near 阿朗尼古道, and that's also the same place where the Tianping Typhoon came in. So that was a huge damage over there. So I helped them to clean the stuff. And you can see the second time the Tianping Typhoon went in, it's also around the same place. So it's kind of very scary stuff when you manage the typhoon. Okay. So the hard time, because the shoes I wear is scandals, it's not the sneakers. So I didn't need to wash the socks. But the trouble with the scandal is that you will have 足金底墨眼, okay, every day, almost every day. And even though I finished the trip, the 足金底墨眼lasts long for 1 month. And after I get off the bed, I will feel so pain. And this picture, I broke 2 backpacks. Okay, I broke 2 backpacks, and at that time when I broke the backpack, I went to see the owner. They are doing the 帆布行, so I tell her to help him to fix it. And the third one is the third thing is that the dangerous thing that you cannot find any place to eat, to live in a very dark night. So that would be a very dangerous thing. You can think about it. If you cannot find anything, and it's especially a very dark night, you will be very frustrated and feel very dangerous. Okay? And also, this picture is that our road is cut off because at that time there was a typhoon. Okay, so the road is very bad. Okay, so it's also very dangerous. And also, there will be very frustration when you see the road plate. Let's say the next place you are going to go is around 162 kilometers. That will really kills you. Okay? And especially you are not buying car or buy any vehicles. You go there by your foot. Okay. And the next one is you won't have, because I hurt myself twice during the trip. The first time is I tried to drink the coconut juice with a real coconut, and I used my Swiss knife, but I didn't operate it very correctly. So the Swiss knife just cut back to my fingers, and very hurt. And so I went to the fire station, and I told the fireman I got caught, and they helped me to cover my wound. And they say, "How did you cut yourself?" And I say, I just want to eat an apple. So I cut myself. Then they get me a mango. So you don't need to cut. You just only need to peel off the skin and then you can eat. And that time it's in Thailand. So I got 2 free big mango with me. Okay. And the next thing is that because it's in the Suwa tunnel, so the truck there, because the tunnel is very narrow, so the truck will just very close to you. It's kind of dangerous. Okay. And the next thing is that you will feel sometimes if you didn't bring much clothes, you will feel so cold. Okay. So, and the other thing is that the fun time and so much pressure I have experienced during the trip. So one of these one is we met a turtle, 海龟, and he got the net to struggle it, and I took my Swiss knife to rescue it. Okay, and the most precious thing is that I arrived at the same place. Okay, so this is the picture I arrived. I took the picture. And this is the place, just like I said, in the 东南角, 东南角, 旭海. And they are, the place over there has many very rich 潮间带. So we almost took many seafood, just like the picture I showed, 马粪海胆, 魔鬼海胆, and 鳗鱼 and crab. So we went there and have many pleasure. And absolutely, many beautiful sceneries, as you can see here. This is called 月初. The Taiwan you can see the 月初 place, I think it's in 旭海东南角. So when the moon comes up, it will shine the sea, very beautiful place. Okay. And absolutely, the people in Taiwan is the most beautiful scenery. Okay. So the conclusion, how dare you dream? Because after I finished the trip to walk around Taiwan, I went to the Chijiawan River to calculate the salmon. And after that, I went to the military. So I joined the paratrooper. So I mean, maybe you can do that. I mean, you can experience that. It depends on how you dare to dream. Okay, that's my sharing. Thank you.